story just a little bit higher, just for fun. The joy of serving God. Okay, the joy of serving God, as in at a restaurant. Okay, so God is sitting at the table. God is sitting at the table at the restaurant, and you're his server for the night. God's like, "Can you get me a glass of water, please?" He's like, "Sure, I'll get you." You go get like 3 pitchers, and you're like, "Here you go, God. Is there anything else I can get for you?" He's like, "Yeah, 2 perfectly white napkins. I want one cut in the shape of a cross. I want the other one cut in the shape of a heart, and I want one of them with your name on it, so that I can keep it for myself as a love note from you." You'd be like, "What?" You're like, "Okay, okay," and you go to the back and you do exactly what he says, because you're serving God. And you take it out to him, he's like, "That is fantastic." And he gives you like a $5,000 tip. And that's just your first tip for the night. You're like, "It's God. He's got infinite wealth and he's tipping me." Okay. And then, you'd present him with the menu and your hand would be like shaking. You're so excited. And then, the menu would like turn solid gold as it touches God's hands and you'd practically faint. And then he'd just like order pretty much one of everything on the menu because he wants to please the chef and just, give a tip to the chef of about $5,000, and then and make everyone in the restaurant happy, including the dishwasher. Oh yeah, one thing that God would probably do at the restaurant is he'd probably give the most generous tip of all to the dishwasher, even before he starts eating. He'd say, "One thing I'd actually want you to do, if you're a server, he'd say, sir, or if you're a waitress, he'd say, miss. Yeah, one thing, before we get started with my meal here, can you please take this $25,000 and this lifetime supply of pure cocoa powdered God food to the dishwasher in the back and give it to them. Tell them it's from me. Tell them my name is God, and I just wanted to bless them with this today. Can you do that for me, miss or sir?" Right now, you just be like, "Yeah, I can do that." And he's like, "Thank you." And so you go, take the $25,000 plus the lifetime supply of pure cocoa powder, which is God food for maximum happiness, on the inside of the dishwasher. And you take it back to the dishwasher and you say, "Here, this is from God. He just wants to give you a small blessing today. Here's $500,000 and a lifetime supply of cocoa. And if there's anything else you need, just ask him for it." And so now the dishwasher is essentially peeing his pants and running around. And then you come back to serve God again, and he just keeps giving you gifts and telling you to give gifts to everyone else in the restaurant. And so you're so shocked. And then he asks you to sit down and eat with him. He really does. He says, "You know what? I would like to eat a meal with you." Because Jesus said, "I stand at the door and knock. And if any person hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and we will share a meal together as friends." So, surprise of surprise, you're a server on shift, but because God's been giving so many gifts and dropping so much wealth and honor upon the entire establishment, and the managers all, crying his eyes out, because you're on shift and all this is happening, now you're actually totally, just listening to God, and yes, you're going to share a meal with God as friends. And so you share a meal with God. He actually washes your feet before the meal or after the meal, whatever one he wants. And basically, he just loves you like a father at the greatest, highest level that you've ever felt or seen, or never felt or seen in the entire universe. Someone looking at you, someone loving you and looking at you and treating you like the most amazing way you've ever felt in your life. And that's God, a tiny piece of God, if you will. So anyways, that's my story on what it would be like to serve God at a restaurant. If God was in the restaurant and you were his server, those were some of the things that might happen, okay, that would be a joy, and it would be hilarious. And the whole time, you would just be like, "I'm serving God! I'm serving God!" Okay. And basically, he'd leave you in a giant ecstasy bomb and probably like spend the rest of the day with you and do all sorts of cool stuff with you because he's that awesome.